Right. Now onto something a bit I don't think Sean's gonna like talking about it.
No, actually, this is kind of funny for me because
that's interesting. But so yeah, Tigra and Dazzler. Some people might remember. I've seen a lot of this was the show. It's like, yes, a long time ago, Hulu did announce the Offenders, and a series of animated series leading into an Offenders series. One of them was Tigra and Dazzler. And according to the trades, Tigra and Dazzler is still one of them, but the showrunners and the writers are not going to be on it because they have been fired. They straight up got the can.
And I've seen what they turned in, and I can tell you exactly why. Like, it's a good thing that they got fired.
I assume it was doo-doo.
Oh, it was like beyond doo-doo, man. It was just like it just wasn't like. Look, I mean, they have a plan, and like they wanted to put quality into their shows, so like this just wasn't quality at all. Like, it was pretty bad.
Anything anything you can
like elaborate on? I mean, like just the handling of the characters and the writing, it was just terrible. Like like it just was bad. Like I think it would have damaged it. Like, it wouldn't have gotten past quality control, but if it did, I think it would have damaged. Like, it would have been one of those. Oh, finally, they got so many hits. They finally got a loss. So
So it would have been. I take it like that sounding very. This is a Scott Buck situation. We have actual control over, so we can just get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, this is a prime example of a Scott Buck situation. But like the problem is like the showrunners and writers were pitching one thing, but they gave us another.
Oh, really?
So it just wasn't like it wasn't what they wanted, and like
it's like here's an idea. Cool, yeah, we like that idea. Yeah, we couldn't think of what else to do for the idea. No.
Yeah, I mean the test animation was great, but it was just like the story, the scripts were terrible. What they were planning to do with the characters was bad. And like it was just all around. It wasn't. It was gonna have like. Yeah, it was just terrible, man. I can just say.
What was the animation? Is the animation looking like the promo images they put out? Or image, I should say. Or is it more like the what if?
It's sort of like what was the test images. I mean, it was slightly better, but it was like that's the aesthetic that they're going for those shows. So,
that's
like,
cool.
Everything's still kind of in play. It's just now they got to find a new writer and showrunner. But like,
I would say get Kevin Smith, but that dude is busy.
Yeah. I mean, all those other shows are still kind of are in place. So like, I think they were gonna to release this show first, but I think Howard the Duck is more further along. So I think that they're gonna like probably announce and further this one more.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
this is one of those where it's like it's something different. Like, sure, I might have forgotten about it because I blame Hulu or anyone for not even talking about this show in like what feels like a year. But it's something different that I think we need.
Yeah,
like people are obviously going to look at it and go like, "Well, who wants that? Who cares about that?" It's like you say that for everything. Like no one needs anything. Like you get what you're given and you enjoy it or you don't. Like
I always felt like these shows were kind of like the alternative to like what they're putting on D+, and like it's kind of like like this isn't necessarily a part of that MCU universe that they got on D+, and like not necessarily the shows that are going to be on Hulu, the live action shows. I think it was just like kind of an alternative to those shows. Like, I mean, like, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, like you don't want everything to be unified. Like, and I feel like this show would have pleased, I should say, everybody if it was like it just wasn't what they wanted. Like the company has an idea of what they want, and what was presented to them the first time was not what they got in the supposed final product. And it was just, I mean, like it felt like a high school writing, so to speak.
Oh god.
It was just bad, like it was just like you would think that all these shows, like everybody was pointing to the Kevin Smith Howard the Duck show as being probably like the one that they were least likely to watch. But then if you would have saw what we saw, you would have pointed to this. Like it was just terrible. It was terrible, and I was not surprised. Like I was surprised. The only thing that surprised me is how long they got away with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like they, like a lot of times it's like you'll be sent stuff to look at and watch and read. They went like weeks to months without sending stuff. So that was a red flag for them. Is like they weren't getting stuff on time.
Say that very much sounds like a bit of a panic situation.
Yeah. And I mean, like I'm not sure the showrunner. I'm not really familiar with her stuff, so I mean.
So I couldn't even tell you the name, to be honest.
Yeah, but like it just wasn't like what they wanted. So out with
which is fair. It's their prerogative, really. Like I know the obvious like look from the outside is like Feige's at it again. Feige's kicking people out because it's Jeff Loeb stuff. Like from the outside, that's the obvious like looking, but
Yeah. Well, like a lot of people when they say stuff like that, they never look at it as a business perspective. Like they always look at it as like it's. Okay, well,
it's because it's the easy perspective to have. It's just like, Feige got rid of Ghost Rider, Feige's done this, and there's a whole narrative. Feige hates Loeb, so everything Loeb touched, he has to have got rid of. Like,
yeah, and I can tell you for a fact that everything that Loeb created and touched is, bad. Like he doesn't like, because he loves Daredevil. He loves Charlie Cox, man. So like that kind of puts a dent in a lot of people's theories. But like,
it's just one of those outside looking in situations where it's like I can only put a personal opinion on what what you want you to see. Yeah. Like...
But like when people say stuff like that, I kind of tune it out because it's like they're only like you said, they're only seeing it from the outside. They never, it's never like good clickbait if you put they're just doing their job and they're trying to put quality control into their stuff. The clickbait. What draws people in is the controversy. Like, he's doing it again. Like he's asking this.
Like I've had people legitimately be like, I've researched Loeb and Feige. That like it's a fact they hate each other. It's like you don't know anything, like.
Yeah, you weren't in the room with half the time. Like, look, like when people say stuff like that, again, I tune them out because they're taking what has been written, or they're not taking facts. They're just taking what rumors, and then they're presenting it as a fact. Exactly. Like, look, they don't hate each other, but they don't go to Christmas dinner together, or whatever, but
they work with each other. Like,
they work with each other, and they, like, Feige looks at everything as
they did work with each other.
They did
kind of.
But like, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, go ahead. You were talking.
Well, I was gonna say, like, to say that Feige hates everything that Loeb ever did is kind of stupid because, like, he's a businessman. Yeah. And like he's a successful businessman. So if he sees a potential of making money or creating better products off of what they were, they've done in the past, they're gonna jump at it, man. They're not gonna say, I hate this, so I'm never gonna put together this. So
why would you throw away the fan base that you've got? Like, people love Daredevil. There's people that love Agents of Shield. Like,
well, I can say for a fact, and this is a fact. It's not rumors. It's not anything but fact. Look, he is like right now. They are trying to save a Loeb property. They are trying to save like several Loeb created properties. So I mean, and that's a fact. And like. That's why I just kind of ignore those little puff pieces about like, because they don't know.
They've always made me laugh. It's just like, okay, sure, yeah.
It's like, I mean, unless they were in the room together, which I highly doubt that because I've never seen a quote unquote journalist in the room when they're together. So, and you probably never will, So. And like, I don't subscribe to that stuff. So like, this was just done as like, we don't want to put our name on something that's subpar. Yeah. Like that's what, like you don't want your first failure to be an animated TV show.
I mean, at least at the end of the day, if it's an animated TV show. Like, there's 1,000 of them. They come and go like the wind.
But the problem is like in like certain like again, quote unquote journalists, they're just looking for that first failure.
Oh yeah. I mean, I
So,
think at
like,
this point, you've had like 23 movies, you're the biggest franchise in history. You're looking for a first failure wherever you go.
oh yeah, like how many times have you heard? This could be the first one. Like, remember when Guardians was coming out?
Every
Like,
single movie since Guardians, everything new since Guardians has been the first flop.
I mean, there's like at least probably hundreds, maybe thousands of pieces of saying, this could be the first one. This is so obscure, you know, like Ant-Man. Who cares about Ant-Man?
Oh, Ant-Man was definitely a first flop when they announced that. It's like, oh, it's just going to do bad. It's like, it's made $1 billion.
But dollars, yeah. Like, unless you're saying $1 billion is a failure, then yes, this is a failure. This is a huge failure. But like, yeah, I mean, I would say that this is probably a good thing. I don't think people would have liked it, like the version that was presented to them, you know. So, yeah. I mean,
so the upside to the whole thing is, you know, for better or for worse, people forgot about these shows because there was obviously nothing about them. I mean, like, there's now the narrative that they're not going to do them because nothing's been done. Yeah. Which I suppose, in hindsight, nothing being done was probably talking about this one. If they're taking like months to do something, so
yeah. Well, I mean, like, you got to look at stuff like as in priorities. Like, a lot of this stuff, these cartoons aren't like, you don't see, like, when Kevin Feige wakes up in the morning, he has, I'm sure,
he's not going to go, oh, the Defenders or the Defenders. No.
Yeah, they like, this is such a peripheral thing. He is paying attention to it, but like, his focus is on the movies.
He's the head. He's the head honcho of Marvel now. He has to look at everything.
But I mean, like, he like, his attention is mostly on these like D+ shows and the movies, and like he surrounds himself with a team of people that does a lot of this peripheral stuff, you know, and like
it's like Disney as the umbrella. It's like, you know, they're gonna look at it every now and then.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's making money, it's making money. Do what you do.
This isn't really like, and I don't want to downplay that these shows are like useless or like not good, but they're kind of peripheral to like these D+. These D+ shows are like kind of the main focal point for like I see him more involved with these, like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, to the day-to-day process. You know, but like the people around him, he's got like assistants and stuff like that, not like people that he trusts that are on top. Like, if that's the only reason this stuff came into his attention, you know, like someone said they saw this and hey, it sucks, you know, so like it has to be dealt with, you know. It's a good thing.
Feige doing that Vince McMahon walk in the office.
You're fired. That would be hilarious.
So it's a bit of a shame, but if it was bad, it's bad. Like, you know, I'm not going to complain in the long haul. Like, as long as I can still see him, then I won't complain.
Definitely. I mean, like I said, these shows are still going to exist. It's just going to be with a different creative team altogether.
It's just a case of when. Like, you just got to be patient and wait, and you know, forget about it until you hear something else. Like, that's probably how it's going.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, these characters are peripheral characters anyways half the time. So
yeah, you know, when they announce people are like Tigra and Dazzler, what? It's just like, hey, that's the first mutant they're doing. It's like, and that's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I think people care about the first live action mutant versus like the animated first mutant. You know, it's like, it is what it is. I think I was be more upset if I don't know. I think I was more upset when Deadpool wasn't going to be a animated series than this one. You know, it's just,
I wonder why that was cancelled.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's very odd that they had that Deadpool cartoon and then they announced this like not long afterwards. It's like, well, that kind of fits with this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there was a lot of things going on with that. Like, I think if I had to narrow it down, I think it was just not what they wanted.
Yeah.
I don't think that's, you know, like, look, I love, like, God, I can't remember his name.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, yeah. I love his sense of humor. I love everything about him, but like, maybe that just wasn't, like, I never really was involved with that too much, but like, you know, like maybe it just wasn't gonna fit into like what they were wanting to do with the character in that
So
form.
I imagine it was a similar situation, and they just decided to shelve it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. I think maybe one day people will see it in its entirety, but and who knows? Maybe that'll kind of rejuvenate that thing. It just, when you're working with people like Donald Glover has a lot of clout, so he can't say, "Hey, I don't need you guys, so I can walk away and do this." So, it's just one of those things where nobody wanted to meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Just
a bit of butting heads.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can see you'll see that more. I think a lot of the times when stuff like this doesn't happen, it's usually 99% of the time that's why a lot of stuff doesn't happen. It's like
good old creative differences.
Yeah, when people say creative differences, they usually say, something major has happened. But it's like most of the time, it's just what it says. Like the creators don't they have one idea of what they want to do. The company that owns the character has another, so nobody wants to meet in the middle, and it's just this is how it is.
Yeah, but so we're gonna cap off that one.